What up, Yasharel? My head is bowed to all the princes of Yasharel. YouTube, I know I've been away for a while, but there's a lot of things that we're working on, so you just have to be patient with me, and I'm just trying to learn how to balance all of it. We have other platforms, and I'm trying not to neglect any of them, so just please be patient. So I wanted to come and talk to you guys about the stuff that's going on with this war and what we're looking at in this earth. It is hitting Ezekiel to the heart, isn't it? I mean, everything is lining up that was said in Ezekiel. I'm just fascinated following it. And Yah said, you're going to see the punishment of the wicked. He said, I want you to watch me. And that's what I do. I study every move that's going on. In the book of Ezekiel, it tells it's the blueprint of Yahuwah's to the very end. I mean, to the very end, from the time we're going through now to the time that we walk into the land, we exit out of here. Everything is just lining up. And we got Rosh that's coming up when he gets these other two ribs in between his teeth. He then becomes Rosh, and that means the head or the charge. That's why I keep trying to tell you America's not the super nation anymore. They're not the superpower. They're not any of that right now, and they're swallowing it. And what I love about Yahuwah is that he put it in there in 34 and 35 why he's doing what he's doing, taking the water supply. All the animals are being taken back by him. The war is not going anywhere, and Putin doesn't want to talk peace anymore because he's sick of the United States shit. And it's just open Satanism. And it's amazing to me that only 40%, I was reading some of the statistics, and YouTube has a lot of videos out about the statistics of Americans that are standing 40% with America and the rest is with Russia. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Whenever Yahuwah blesses something, everything he touches is gold. He's slow and meticulous about everything that he does. Yah has blessed him with wealth for whatever he needs to complete this for him. All the other countries and their kings and their princes are all fascinated with him, that he took on the United States of Babylon. It's amazing. It's the most amazing thing to watch. And then when you go into the book of Obadiah, or Obadiah, which the Romans call it Obadiah, and he says why. He tells Edom why. Mount Seir, it's Edom, Europe. And it's because of what you did to the princes of your brother Yaakov. Period. What you did. And like in the books of Jeremiah, all of our books, they all complement, they all back each other up, they all say the same thing. Yahuwah said that this is the last nation that he's going to take down, which is Rome, off that statue in Daniel. This is the last nation that he is going to take down. And it's for us, Yasharel, for the princes of Yehuda, and for the princes of all the 11 other tribes, which is Gad, Issachar, all of them. And we are literally watching what he's doing because of what happened to us here. I am just blown away by it. Like in Jeremiah and in Isaiah, I love both those books so much. He says that what are the ways of Esau? How does he think? I mean, he knows them, and he knew that in the last days, and that he had a plan for them because of their wickedness, because Esau went first, and he's no longer the authority over this earth anymore, and neither is Europe. Esau is done, and it's Jacob's turn, and that's what Yah's doing. He's clearing the way for the princes of Yehuda to come forth and roar, and all the other tribes will gather them, and they will rule this earth forever with King David. He said it in Ezekiel, backed it up with Jeremiah. with Daniel, Isaiah, Ezra, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You just, all you, see, the way that they did this, of tricking, this is why people are, like out of their minds with fear right now. It's because they have been trained to stay in the Roman book, the Bible, which we know in ancient Hebrew means Egyptian sun worship books. And so that's where they stayed, and that's what they believe that they're looking at. But Yahuwah said, I'm going to send you illusions, because I'm going to corral the heathen. Who's the heathen? He is the idolater. And I'm going to fence them in where they won't get out, and I'm going to destroy them. 15-minute cities. I'm telling you, we're watching Yahuwah, nobody else. He said the last days, I'm going to direct the hearts of men. That means these kings too, these beast system kings that Yasharel's going to take in chains away. Yah's got his own plan, and that's what's coming forth. And he even said, you know, listen to this, they serve all these idol gods, including JC, and anything that was brought from that, just to cover it all. They say that that they're going to, you know, somehow come and protect them and stuff. Well, it seems like to me if they were really gods, which we know that they're not, they would have told them that this was coming, that this was going to happen. Where's all their witches at? Where's all their sewers? Jeremiah 47, Isaiah 47, all of them talk about it. 50, Jeremiah 50. Where are they all at to tell them about this? Well, Yahuwah said, none of your gods told you what was going to happen these last days when my people wake up and they come out of this captivity. None of them told you. You heard it here. So think about it. The people are in their fucking confusion with the water system and all the poison going in it. They don't know what the hell's going on because they've been talked into staying over there, and they just listen and believe what the Christian pastors tell them. But those Christian pastors and all of the government of Babylon, Rome, all of them, they know what Yahuwah said. None of their gods gave them any of this. Y'all said, I gave it to you. And I'm making you a promise right now. I'm going to make it come forth. And you're going to swallow it. I was there. I heard everything that you said. That's what he said. And you're going to pay for it. In Jeremiah 50, he said, I'm going to come out of the wood. I'm going to come out of the thicket like a lion. I'm going to scare all of you into running. He's going to destroy them. For nations are coming, Edom, to carry your children away. And then in Psalms, oh, how happy I will be to do the same to your little ones that you did to mine. We were his little ones. Our ancestors were his little ones, all the way up to now. Judgment is on Lady Liberty's head. Believe that. And it ain't coming off until she is toppled over, because it was decreed centuries ago and written by our scribes that Rome knows about. That's why I had to make up all these illusions and that you don't freaking understand. It just sounds like a bunch of witchcraft over there. But they told you themselves that they are the synagogue of Satan. And all they do is lie. And they kept us out. When we were in captivity over there before y'all woke us up, they kept us out of the Old Testament. You think back in the churches and stuff, did you ever hear them teaching it? No. I never ever heard one of our pastors, when we were in that captivity of Christianity and that illusion, and that punishment, I never once remember them going into the books of the Old Testament. But yet they let you believe that the Old Testament Elohym sent their JC. He did no such thing. Y'all created family. JC tore it up. Locked all the daddies up. First ones, when we were in captivity, to leave their children for the mothers to take care of. That's just plain and simple the truth. I mean, I'm not going to come with you. And you've known me long enough to know that I'm not going to come with you or tell you anything that he hasn't taught me or I haven't heard him say and that I haven't read for myself. He taught me. And that's one of the reasons when he's teaching us today is so we're not deceived and we're not, like they say, like the military, the United States military says that little green aliens are coming. Well, we find out that that's military code for soldiers of another nation or another land, which was basically what an alien is in ancient Hebrew, my language, my old language, in green, unmarked uniforms. That would be Germany. That would be Russia. That would be Poland. It would be Turkey. You see how they trick you? But yet they got people out there believing that it's an alien invasion when the fallen angels that went into captivity were placed in the earth. They were taken from the glory of the heavens of Yahuwah and placed within the earth. This is their prison. So where are they? There's no space. It's just a firmament. And they are stars. There are no planets, and they don't have false gods' names. So where are they? They're under your feet. That's where they are. And Yah's going to use them last day. He's going to bring them up. And we know that they have created and messed with stuff down there. And Yah said last days, everything you've conjured, everything you've created, every abomination, I'm going to bring it back on your head. And everything they do falls back on their heads. And we get to watch it. And Yah even said that that Esau had great joy when we were going through our calamity for coming out of his laws and following them, the heathen, Canaanites, Cain, the line of Cain, 13th bloodline. And he said, believe this. He said, my people last days will have perpetual joy while you're in your calamity. For who are you to think that I won't punish you for the same thing that I punished my people for? And it's now punishment time, judgment. And they go down in their holes and they hide their face from the wrath of Yahuwah. Isn't that amazing? And we get to watch it. It's the most amazing thing I've ever watched in my life. Every day I get up, I get on my face, because I start my day with him, because my path is just straight. And he blesses everything that I do. I don't care if it's Ganny, I don't care if it's Mama, I don't care if it's prophet, I don't care if it's judge over a law, I don't care what it is, he blesses everything. So when I get on my face, I'm all excited about what he's got planned for the day, because he makes our paths. And I ask him to keep our feet to the one that he's made for us. And I praise him and I give him glory because I'm watching him do exactly what he promised he would do. And Ezekiel, believe me, he's a promise keeper. And he is ripping Esau's ass apart. I mean, tearing him up. It's amazing stuff. I've never seen anything like it. This is the greatest journey I've ever been on. It really is. Getting to watch this. And my cat's in heat, so please just ignore his holler, because he's ready, boy, it's spring. We get to watch everything that he's doing, right down to the food. You trampled on their food. You fed them outside of the law, us. And he said, so last days I'm going to trample all your food. I'm going to trample your drink. I'm going to tear your feast days up. Did he not do that? Everything that I told you he said, we get to watch. We're watching it right now. And it's like, when I go to study, I'll check out, I have another platform, TikTok, that I'm trying to, because I look at it like this. If I have different platforms, then I'm keeping my promise to him to take his name and his majesty throughout this whole earth. Well, I'm please don't ever make me, Father, but if you asked me to do it, I would. But I don't want to ever fly, and I'm not getting on any ship and going out in the ocean where there's sharks. I'm not doing it. You just got me so messed up. It's not going to happen. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's a trip. It's if I turn down a free trip. No, I'm not going. You're not getting me out there like that. No, the thought, being horrified by the thought of even being out there. And even then, I know he wouldn't let nothing happen to me, but I don't want that experience. I don't want that. I've seen those shows. I've seen Jaws. I've seen all the other ones. I don't want that experience. I'm horrified of it. I don't want it. And but I know I'll be strong enough to come through it. I just don't want to go through it. Anyway, let me get off of it. So that was the other point, that I'm not going to get on a ship or anything like that. And I know that's probably the way that we're going to go home. But at that time, I'm pretty sure he'll tuck me up on it. But this is the only way that I know to keep that vow to him, because I love him so much, to take his name throughout the earth and let everyone know this is where your safety is. This is the wing you need to get up under, and these feathers need to cover you. Because Yah said, I'm the only salvation coming. He's the one sending this stuff. And as hard as those Christian pastors try, they can't pray away or touch a curse away that he sent for breaking the law. You understand? He's the only one that can call these demons off. But they're actually fallen ones, and they're under your feet, because this is their prison. And when they talk about an alien invasion, they're talking about China. They're talking about Russia. They're talking about all these other nations that Yah said, I'm going to send them against you. Even your lovers, I'm going to bring them against you. Look at Jeremiah. And if you would just get in the old the books where Yahuwah speaks, and only Yahuwah speaks, you won't be confused over there. You won't be walking around confused. You'll be walking around full of joy, knowing that this is almost over. And now the banks, look at the banks. That's nothing but a Ponzi scheme anyway. This whole system is nothing but a beast. I don't know what to call it. Even after all these years of studying with Father, the way the bank and the governments are set up, it's so twisted and so deceiving that it just makes you sick to your stomach. That's why he said last days, my people will be willing for me to tear this down. And we are. And we praise him in the heathen's face. I don't give a damn. I watch him all day long, and I praise him all day long on Facebook, in the heathen's face. And I have people in there. I have to give him the glory. He's my Father, And you have a choice. You have a free will to come to the law and let him save you, like he said in Ezekiel 18. Because I didn't send that son called JC. It's an abomination to him. It's nothing but a Mason's sacrifice. That's all it is. And the same shit they're doing today. And it's empty and void to Yahuwah. He is the only salvation coming, and he even put this on it, and I'm by myself. Well, that means ain't nobody coming with him. He ain't sending nobody before him. Ain't nobody coming after him. Your only choice is two gods that are up front and center, that the United States, through this false Christianity religion with Pope Francis, has tried to shove into every fucking nation and then colonize it. And once they get them in that false religion, they belong to Rome. It's the law. Free will. Your chosen master. Are you getting any of this? I mean, it has to be clicking by now. Boy. It is amazing. And I mean, Putin, he's just walking around like a fucking king. Like he should. Because Yah has, lifted Lady Liberty's nightgown. And we see all the wickedness and all the lies that they have told this government, this Babylon government. And then we see Putin, and we see the history, and we see his past, and we see what he's done. You understand what I'm saying? It's easy to see why Yah chose him. He was the man of peace in the book of Obadiah. And I believe it was also spoken in the book Ezekiel 38 and 39. And anything that goes over there to fight against Yahuwah, because like King David said, he killed one of his soldiers because he came back with Saul's crown and was giddy. He was happy that he was dead. And King David didn't take it like that. He said, you don't touch what Yahuwah has anointed. And he killed that soldier. Putin is anointed, and so is the king of Iran. He's going to take out Gog, Israel. Those were Yah's words. And if you come over here, you watch the plan, you hear what he says with the passion in his heart. And he doesn't stumble, and he is meticulous about you knowing and Edom knowing about how he feels about it. He said, Jacob I love and Esau I hate, and we understand that today, don't we? We also understand why he said it in the book of Genesis. In the garden, we know it was no snake today. We know that, don't we? That's why he said there will always be enmity between the woman's seed and Satan's seed. There has nothing been but war between Jacob and Esau since day one. And once you come out of those witchcraft books and you come into our books where you hear Yahuwah speak, he's the only one who speaks. He never spoke over there. And it's plain and simple what you're looking at. And you're not afraid of it because you're in covenant with him. You're following his laws. You chose him. And he said, if you call on my name last days, I will save you. And I'll save your family. I'm just blown away by it. I'm just blown away by it. I can't get over what I'm looking at. I remember when he first started me out years ago. You remember when you all started out with me? And I was like green, and I was like so used to sitting back and not being seen. And then it was hard for me, I would teach in the background. I've always been a teacher, but to be out front like that was like so against my grain. But I told him I'll do anything for you. And so we started out with voice recordings, and that got easier. And then y'all kept taking me up, making me comfortable with it. And I'm telling you something. It is the most greatest thing. And I remember when we started out, I said, well, y'all, I said, Father, I said, I don't know how to go out there and do this, but I'm willing to do it for you. He said, listen, he said, I only want you to repeat what you heard me say. I was like, okay, well, that's pretty simple for me. I can do that. And that's what I did. I gave you every word he said to me. And look, we're watching all of it. And like, I'm not gonna front, because I'm gonna tell you something. Every time he told me to make a record of my family, what I saw, what my dream was, what I heard him speak, I would go to my family and I would be like, I know this sounds crazy, I feel crazy, but I'm gonna make a record. Yahuwah told me this. Father said that this is gonna happen, and this is gonna happen, and this is how it's gonna fall. And I would go back to my room thinking my family thinks I'm nuts. I know they think that I've lost it. But then we start watching everything fall and come the way that he spoke it. And that was amazing. That's amazing. He's all I've ever had. He's always been my father. I came from a broken home, you know that. And it's always been me and him. He raised me and had the morals, and it really was no switching up. It was really just dropping Rome's bullshit, their bullshit Messiah, all of that shit by the curb, just kicking it over to the curb and coming to Father as I have always known him. That is the only change, and I was already obeying most of the laws anyway, because anybody that knows me knows I didn't mess around. As a mother, as a single mother, I don't play around as a Ganny. God gave me this to watch over, and he trusted me with it, and I'm going to get it home. All of it. He is the greatest thing that I own, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have the family that I have to love. This huge family. And I started out just me. Isn't that amazing? But to the lonely, he gives family. And so I have all these grandchildren and my children, and we are royals that he built I mean, it's just an amazing thing. I'm telling you, as a witness, I am his witness. And you have watched over the years with your own two eyes, and you've heard that once you come to these laws and you come to just him, and you come to what he said and only what he said, and you cut the fuck out of everything else. What? You don't obey the law? You got to go, because you're not even supposed to be on our land, because they bring curse. When you do that, everything comes into place. All the promises that he made at the Passover that you cannot buy. Oh, Christians, all of it comes to pass. There's no more lack. He replenishes your tent. He takes out of you and off of you, cleans you up, Jeremiah, and adds to you what gives you both pure joy. I mean, it is like literally stepping out of fucking hell and coming into nothing but sheer beauty, where there is so much understanding and there is so much peace. I'm telling you, the laws unlock the covenant, and the covenant is the contract between us and Father Yahuwah, that we will follow the laws that he has set with us to keep us from all this ugliness, this wickedness that we see today. It will keep us protected from the curses and the punishments that he set for the disobedience of it. And we will be happy forevermore. Do you understand? He kept, I'm telling you, you wouldn't believe it. I'm telling you, would not believe it. You just wouldn't believe it. He'll take your enemies and break their fucking necks. And every time they see you, they'll bow their fucking head. Because they know something is behind you that they cannot deal with. And they don't have the strength or the power. And all they feel is straight fear. And it's every word that Yahuwah promised you, if you will follow my laws. So it's a contract. The covenant is a contract. And Yah is saying to you, as your father, if you will obey house rules, which is what it is, laws, his government, then I'll do this. And I'll make your life blissful. And it's like my paths are so straight. I'm a Gadite. If I have a situation or I feel like I need to take this in another direction, I go to Father and then I walk the floors, or I'll walk our land until I come out and strategize on how to get his name flushed into this earth. That's what I do. It's working. And we're about out of here. But we get to watch. We get to watch it all. And I would never go back over there. Every time I think about being over there, it's bitterness. And it's like every time something sweet happened over there, there was bitterness to go with it. So it was bitterness with the sweet. Over here, it's just the sweet. And your paths are so straight. No matter what you try to do, he blesses it as long as it's according to the laws. He blesses it. And he gives you the desires of your heart so you know which way to go. And you don't want for something that's going to kill you or make you sick. Like, when I was over there, I got so sick from that black mold. You remember that when I came into you? We're still working on that. We're in court. We're getting ready to go to court. So he still took care of that part after he healed my whole body so that I could deal with this with dignity and bring him to justice. You cannot defeat or conquer anything last days right now without Yahuwah, without his blessing. Even Saul knew that. And you got all these pockets of people that are saying, rise up with me and let's go against this government. I told you, I was going to use Rome's children. Lady Liberty, she said she's not a widow and she has children. Your children hate you, bitch. They hate you right now because they see you. And she is just nothing but this government. And Yahuwah said, your leaders will not stand up to me last days. And they're not. Those eagles are shitting in their nests. Because they can't stop this. And they don't scare anybody. Not even the police departments scare anybody anymore. People are locking these fucking cops up. Because y'all called him the KKK. You should have let him go home. Should have let him escape, he said. Book of Obadiah. And Ezekiel 34 and 35. You're watching it all. And it is a beautiful thing. I pose a question to you tonight. And you can ponder it. You know, you can either leave me a message or you don't have to leave me a message. But I thank you for the people that do. Say, hey, thank you so much. You know, it lets me know I'm touching somebody. But you don't have to, because my record's already before Father. That's the only thing I do is come out here and have a record for when I'm judged. That I did tell you, like Nehemiah did. And these are records. But I love it when someone reaches out and says, hey, I heard what you said, and I did. Oh, my goodness. It turned everything around. I love them. It makes me feel so good, because I know that I can go to the next one, because now Father's got them. He's going to be the one to teach them. I just got to get the appointment set. And so I give you things, escape routes out of this fucking life, these fucking snares that this government set up for you where you take charge over it. But you cannot have the covenant without obeying those laws. Because Father said, if you love me, you'll obey my laws. And I got another question. If FRI and SAT are Gog Israel's Sabbath, why in the fuck is Yahuwah's people serving him on their Sabbath? You're not serving him. That's not our Sabbath. We know who Gog Israel is, and they're getting their fucking ass kicked right now, and hell is coming, Yah said. Because he's sending the Prince of Iran, Persia. And I'm telling you something, he's already got nukes. Because Yah will help somebody hide that shit to take out an enemy of his. He's got nukes. You better know it. And I just, it's amazing to me that they know that that's theirs. Their Sabbath. And they serve it. But Yah said last days, that Sabbath is going to set my people and Rome and Gog's people apart. He said it with his own mouth. And he said, those that serve my Sabbath, and you can only get them from Yahuwah. He said, unless you diligently seek me, I will not give it to you. I'll only give it to those that diligently seek me last days. And I had to diligently go in there. Because I didn't know nothing about any of the sky. I knew the moon, the sun. I knew he created them. I knew that he was their master. And that's pretty much all I knew. So he had to teach me from scratch. And he told me, one of the first things he told me is you have to take Rome and their calendar completely out. And just listen to what I tell you. Take it all out. That's why I abbreviate their days. Because they're named after false gods. That's why I abbreviate their months. Because they're named after false gods. That's why you don't hear me naming the states. Because they're named after false gods. And those are cuss words for me. Those are fucking cuss words. So I don't say them. And I keep him happy. Because he's not going to rest with a false god. And where are they? Where are all their gods at? Where are they? They don't exist. And Yah is killing them. Just like he's killing Rome's shepherd JC, who was really this government's going to run out on its people because they got pits underground. That's exactly what Yah said, and look what you're looking at. Exactly what he said. He said, I'm going to kill this shepherd because I'm the good shepherd. And my people last days will be merry, and no one will make them afraid. And they will eat and they will drink, and I will bless their food. They will want for nothing, while the rest suffer. And you're watching it. And you know, hey, listen. Do you remember that dream that I had? It was my first video. Y'all said, I just want you to tell them about the dreams. My first video, do you remember? I talked to and the other one, to the tribe Esau. Remember the dream I had where they were in that factory, and they were all in dirty clothes and torn clothes, dirty, sick, hungry, and thirsty, and crying. You remember that dream? coming. And these 15-minute cities, y'all said, I'm going to corral these heathens. They're not getting out, and they're not getting away. And he knows them by their heart. He's destroying all of the hybrids, the abominations that they mixed with animals, because animals are supposed to stay to their own, and they mixed them with everything. Y'all's going to crash their freaking ass. You know what? This ain't nothing. This is nothing compared to what he has showed me and what I have read him say. I'm sending to you, Esau. I wouldn't even call this birthing pains, would you? I wouldn't. Because anybody who's been in our books, they know what Yahuwah said. They know his anger and his passion. That I, Yahuwah, said it, and I will bring it to pass on you. Let me tell you something. Everything that draws breath fears my Father in this earth. Believe it. And bond, if he can go beyond. Everything that draws breath knows him and fears him to the heart. But it is funny to see. It's a blessing to see the house of Esau coming down and shaking. And I'm going to tell you something. I would venture to say that this government and the people that work in it, all of them, I would say that they go home and drink themselves out because they know it's the end. They know it's the end. It's all coming down. Now you got the banks that are getting ready because y'all said think of it like this. Hold on, baby. Go in the bedroom to daddy. No, I don't need this. Okay, go in the bedroom. Ganny's taping. Every branch of this tree, I'm going to snap it. I'm going to tear it down. And that's what he's doing. All these branches that Rome has made, he's one by one snapping them, throwing them to the ground. And when he gets that tree bare, he's going to cut the trunk. Cut it down. It'll never grow again. It'll just be a story that we'll tell our children of what we got to watch on the second Exodus out of Babylon, going home. And even my grandchildren are watching all this. They're watching it. They know exactly what's going on because I read to them and they read to me out of the Sefer. And on our Sabbaths, they listen to what Yahuwah says. And they praise him on their face. They know exactly where we're going. And they adore him as he adores them. You know what an idol is? And if it comes on TV, they rush to get it off. Why? Because I told him it offends him and breaks his heart. And we are not going to be the source of his heart. It's against our Hebrew laws. We'll break the TV getting to it. If we can't find the remote, we'll throw something at it. I'm just joking. If we had to, we would, to get it off. We don't let that stuff run through here. No, because he dwells here. And yes, we are his temple, but he still dwells here. He blesses here. He heals here. This is all his. For I'll take you out into an open land to myself, he said. And I'll teach you my statutes and my commandments. And I'll protect you and I'll guard your life, your soul. He is a promise keeper. So, you guys, I hope this really blessed you. This was such a good talk. I couldn't wait to get over here and talk to you guys because everything is just like kicking off. Every day I wake up, there's just all kinds of things breaking off. The railroad system, the derailments. And I'm telling you, it's like, it is just falling, like he said, in all of our books. And they're over there trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And we're over here going, looks like your ass is grass. You're going to pay for what you've done. Even Yah said, this is for what you have done, Esau. And it's the whole house of Europe. The white man. We know him to be today. A lot of people want to say that it's Ishmael. It's not Ishmael, which is Saudi Arabia. That's another brother. They are indeed Magog against itself right now. Brother against brother in Edom. Right here in Babylon, all across this earth. Just biting at each other, boy. Tearing them apart, just like y'all said. I'm going to turn you on each other. You're going to destroy this shit from within because you built it. Ain't nobody going to fight this war for them. How the fuck are we going to go in there and fight a war that our Elohim sent this warrior, this king, to break this shit down that we hate and disgust so much? Now that we're woke, which was the main thing they feared all along. Boy, they spent a lot of money trying to keep that from happening, didn't they? Tweaked the books, took out things, put in things. But y'all said last days, I won't let you be deceived. He has taught me so many things. How could I know the things that I came and told you? And I was like, hey, I gotta tell you something. So, Father said that this is going to happen. Did not those hot shot 19s come out? Yes, they fucking did. Were they not what I said they were, along with all the other fucking Babylon? I have to say his name so you know what it is. Baphomet Medical System. Cancel that name out in Yahuwah's name. Told you about it all. All of them. And now we are looking at it. And that's the beauty of it. That's why he said, only repeat what I speak to you. I even told you from day one that he watches over every word I say. But I absorb him like a sponge. I absorb his word. I don't know a thing about technology. It horrifies me. I don't like new phones because I like just things I already know. I don't like venturing out in that. I don't have a fascination or anything about I want to go in there and see how that computer works. I don't know. I don't. This phone freaks me out. But if you take me into the laws and you take me into anything that Father has said, I absorb it like a sponge and I don't forget it. And I can recite it word for word. And it's just because I spend time with him all the time. I don't care. It seems like when I'm doing dishes, it's like that's when he really, really talks to me. I don't know why. But when I'm like just doing the dishes, I'm just pondering on something or a thought or something that I studied or something I heard him say. You know, that's when, I don't know. We just spend time at the sink. Maybe it's because of the water. It's pure. I don't know. But, and that's another thing, when you come into the laws, you can hear him clear. I always heard him, but I just hear him clear as a bell, right? All the time. I mean, I hear what he said. I'll be doing something. He'll say, go post this for me. I'll run and go do it. And it touched someone immediately. So you hear him. And he is our compass. He is our Father. And he does watch over us as such. And he even said he is terrible over those of us that chose him last days. Our free will loved and chose him. And before I close this video, I want to bring this to you. The Father said, and he told Ezra, he said, don't pray to me for the people that don't love me, that don't follow my laws, that don't chase me. Pray for me, pray for the ones instead that do love me and did come to this covenant on their own free will. They could have done something, but they came on their own free will. They love me. He said, their eyes have never seen, their ears have never heard, nor could they imagine what I have held up for them when this is over. If we follow his Sabbaths, he said, I will write your name on my temple walls. And I will call you something much greater than sons and daughters. I myself can't imagine that. I get great pride out of saying I'm his daughter. That is precious to me. And he said, I will never let your name be wiped from the earth. So those Sabbath, they set you apart. And if you're on Gog Israel's, you better think twice on that and get off of it and ask Yah for his, because there's not much time left. Just look out your window or turn on your TV. And everything I've said you, he spoke to himself. And you can read it. This has been an amazing journey with you. And I thank you so much for sharing it with me. I thank you so much for trusting what I was telling you and going and finding that, yes, that's what he said. Yes. Because in Ezekiel he said, you will save your life alive. You will save your own life if you let go of that and come to me alone. Isn't that beautiful? It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. And you live such a wonderful life, and no matter what sickness you came home with, no matter what baggage you have, no matter what wounds, no matter where you're broken, he said, I am the one that can heal the brokenhearted. I can heal your bodies. Those that are called by my name, I will heal your land. Your body's your part of your land. I will heal it all. The finances, all of it. I will never go back. Now that I found it, I will never let go of him. In the relationship that I have with him, I will never disappoint him, because I strive my best not to. I'm telling you. Because I know the pain that he's been through. I know what this did to him, our people. And I'm not going to be the source of that pain, ever. And neither will any of my children or our seed, our grandchildren. They'll be led to this law from birth, from the womb. That's how we do. Hebrew style. So I hope all you guys are blessed. I hope everything's going great with you. If you need prayer, leave me, or you need to find out, how to fix something, I got him. We can fix it. Leave me a message. But other than that, get ready, Yehuda. Oh, Princess of Yehuda, you are about to roar. And all the pain that our people suffered, you're about to heal it up. And oh, Gad, we're going to be like lionesses to the battlefield, because we have a blessing on us, along with Yehuda. I adore you. I adore you so much. And it just feels like we're really coming to the end of it, because you're watching everything that he said come to pass. Line up with this law. Get in the covenant. Because you can only have the benefits of the covenant if you're in the covenant. And Father looks at, where are you in this covenant? Be all the way in it. And you can just sit back and watch. Like he asked us to, for what happened to us. And we can take our children home. We can tell them the stories about it. Take them back home to him. To his feet. And until then, I'm going to spread his name through this land, this whole earth, however I have to do it. And get our people out of the way of him coming through here when this thing crowns. My head is bowed to all the princes of Yehuda and Yasharel. I adore you to my soul. Until the next time. Shalom.